I hope you guys are doing absolutely amazing. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about spending on your kids. I know that having children can be one of the biggest investments, and a lot of times parents can spend a lot on their kids. And I want to talk about a few things that they tend to spend a lot on and some things that they don't spend a lot on. So one of the biggest things is obviously school, right? Some parents, and we're just going to talk about like from now until high school basically, but a lot of parents will spend, for a public school, maybe for textbooks and other things that are needed for the school, but they're not actually paying for tuition. In terms of private school, there are some parents that are spending upwards of $20,000 to $40,000 a year on their kids' education, upwards of 100 to 140-ish thousand in the end when you look at all the things that cost for school. Another thing that most parents think of as like kind of like a fixed cost is braces. Braces are a big thing that a lot of people do have to spend on, and it can range from $1,000 all the way to $4,000 or $5,000, making sure your child's teeth, so when they show up in life, when they have confidence, there's a lot of reasons why people think about braces and they assume it's an absolute necessity, especially here in America. Another thing that people spend on heavily because they think it definitely affects the college admissions process, but also because they want their kids to be exposed, is sports, dance, music, art, theater, extracurricular activities like karate, summer programs, etc. For a lot of public school parents, they might spend maybe $1,000 a year on it. But sometimes private school parents can spend upwards of $5,000 to $15,000 on just extracurricular activities each year on their kids. So we're seeing another difference here in terms of spending. Tutoring. I run Elite Private Tutors. We work with students around the country, around the globe, with video Skype, as well as in person in Houston, Texas. So if you need any help with tutoring, we're here for you. But, typically public school parents are definitely conscious of tutoring prices, so they tend to spend closer to maybe $1,000 per year or not at all, versus private school parents can spend upwards of $3,000 or more per year as well. So I'm just telling you, just based on the data that we have running Elite Private Tutors and some of the other statistics we've seen working with thousands of parents, just the average difference between both kind of subsets. And then we'll talk about test prep. So it is just like braces. Parents think, okay, well, if I have a kid, they're going to have straight teeth. They're going to have to participate things. And then, of course, they're going to get a good, good test prep score. So parents will spend somewhere from $500 on a course at public school, or they'll spend upwards of $3,000 to $4,000 because they do know that the test score is so important. And then in private schooling, typically they'll take a high-level one-on-one coach. They can spend upwards of $6,000 to $10,000 on just the test prep price. And then I want to talk about the part that like most people just don't think about, right? You get to the test score and you're just like, oh, I'm done with this process. Like now we just have to get them into college and it's whatever. But this is the thing. This is the one part everyone skips over. And I think there's kind of a gap in the knowledge of college consulting. Some people don't even know it exists as a profession. So a lot of times when I explain what I do, people are like, that's a real job. Like people actually pay you to help get their kid into college. And I'm like, actually, it's like pretty much like $1 billion industry. Like it's actually a real job and we really do help students with the process. But a lot of people don't know that there's actually, people that do this. There's thousands of people, according to the National Association of College Consulting. So that whole national organization. But most public schools, a lot of public school parents, they will probably not spend anything. And a lot of times they're relying on a college counselor that has 800 to 1,000 students they're working with. Their answers are go to the Common App and fill it out, and that's it. When their parents are about to invest like $100,000 into their kids' education, there's just not a lot of guidance. Now, this is the funny thing that most parents don't know, but I know because of what I do for a living, so I want to tell you this little secret. When it comes to college consulting, even though the private school parents are paying upwards of $20 to $40K per year on their kids' education, and they know that their kid is working with a college counselor at a much smaller rate, maybe 30 kids per counselor, crazy enough, they still hire us. So they're on top of it spending upwards of $5,000 to $40,000 on college counseling throughout their child's academic career and at the end. I just want to say hi. I see people joining on and no one say hi. So if you can say hi and like it, I think this is the like, whatever the like is, and like a heart. I love the hearts. I would love that just so I know that you guys are like with me. This is very interactive, by the way. Facebook Live is our casual, like behind the scenes fun videos that we like to do. So let's get to it. College consulting. So many people don't know it exists. Now we do have some public school parents that are like, look, my college counselor school is not working for us. We would love to have someone by our side, and they absolutely do invest. Woohoo, got a like, yay. But I will tell you, this is kind of how parents spend. And so I kind of did a breakdown here. It's like impossible to show you because the wording would be backwards. I could show you if you want to see it. It also shows how bad my handwriting is, but as you can see, it's like totally, my math equation is totally backwards. But as you can see on average, typically a public school parent will spend maybe max $14,000 on their kid, whereas private school parents spend upwards of $143,000 or more on their kid's entire educational experience. And so many times parents are like, you know, Neha, I don't get it. Like public school parents are like, I don't get it. Like, well, how is it that the private school kids, you know, my kid's a valedictorian or a top student, but the private school kids average, but they're still getting into all these top colleges and all this stuff. And the thing is the, you know, it's kind of this thing where you kind of vote where your dollars are. See, the private school parent is asking for top level resources all the time. They're not price sensitive. Now, I'm not saying that, that's a funny comment. I want to be a nerd. That's hilarious. I'm not a nerd, by the way. Just because I'm wearing glasses doesn't make me a nerd today. Hello. You know, people wear glasses all the time. Now, I'm not saying that like public school students can't get into amazing schools. Absolutely, that is totally possible. What I'm trying to explain is just kind of give some inside information and just kind of share and kind of uncover, you know, the difference between the public school experience and the private school experience from a college perspective. And when you double on a college counselor at school in a private school setting and you add the layer of a college consultant on top of it, keep in mind in private school, they talk with your kids individually, like every semester, and they talk about all the things they need to be doing. They talk about building out the resume, finding activities. They don't do it to the level a college consultant does. Like when people join my programs and we tell them what they need to be doing every month, we're very detailed because they have one person to one coach, right? Like me. But with the college counselor, they're trying to get as much information throughout the year. So that's kind of the difference. The difference between private school and public school experience when it comes to the college process. Now, from what I hear visiting public high schools is that they talk like at the end of junior year around like May and say, hey, make sure you guys are taking the SAT and like make sure you're applying to colleges. Like they're not even remotely detailed anywhere close, anywhere close. And this is me talking to you as someone who went to private school. My sister went to St. John's. It's the #1 private school in Texas. I didn't go there because I didn't want to like be a little version of her because you know how that is for siblings. I went my own route. But I also went to a private school too, and I saw the level of experience. And even then, my parents didn't find it to be enough. So I just want you to know, regardless of investment in private school or public school, parents still want someone by their side to help them with college consulting. And I think a lot of times parents don't even realize that's an entire industry. And I'm here to just kind of share that with you. Like, what does it mean to hire a college consultant by your side? And I get a lot of like deer in the headlights about what this is. But basically what it is you're hiring an educational expert who has helped other students get into college to help find your child's unique angle that's going to make them stand out in comparison to everybody else, and to develop their resume, to develop their essays, to make sure the essays are absolutely gorgeous, to look over the applications, and to really hand-hold every step of the process. That is what a college consultant does. They set deadlines, they make sure things happen. This is an entire industry because so many students put applications together and they forget something and they get rejected. So many students putting in applications and the essays are horrible. I was just reading a first draft of essays and I thought to myself, like, if this student had submitted those, she would have never gotten into the college she wanted. Even though she had a good GPA and good test scores, she needs someone to help edit through her essays, help her maybe think through her essays. And so that's why I offer one-on-one consulting. I only take on a handful of students because now I run Elite Private Tutors and College Shortcuts, and I'm the author and I'm a speaker and all that jazz. So I've taken my consulting business and I made it tighter. and we're offering some amazing specials right now. So if you are looking for college consulting or you do need help, definitely reach out to us, because we are about to close up for our juniors, and then we also book 12 months in advance. So I want you to know that about our college consulting, because so many parents wait till the last minute. And this is the thing, when you really want something amazing, or you want something great, or you want to book something ahead and you are really looking forward to a vacation, do you do it the day before? No. When you knew you were going to get braces for your kid, you researched all the doctors and then you booked it. You knew it was a part of the process of having a kid. With college consulting, and I hate to say this, but so many parents are last minute. The ones that don't know, what you don't know, you don't know. And that's why I like sharing this, because I have so many parents that are like, I didn't even know this existed, or I didn't even know we could use these services, or, I didn't want to go around the college counselor. Well, this is the thing. This is your kid. This is your choice, and this is what we need to get done for them. You want them to have their dream college as a possibility. And a big thing is that, honestly, when you work with a college consultant, you can get so many scholarships. Like, so many parents are floored when their parents, I have parents that have like estates and like very wealthy families, and they still get upwards of $150,000 worth of scholarships from all the colleges they applied to. And they're like, Neha, how did that happen? I'm like, it happens every time. We click on merit-based scholarships, so that means not the financial aid, because they know they can't qualify because they're too wealthy for it. But they click on merit-based scholarships, and based on that essay and based on really framing that resume and talking about their experiences, they get scholarships because their application is so powerful for a school that's the right fit for them. The other thing I want to touch is finding the right fit for your kid. Do you know how many parents literally, it's like this, parents and teens trying to fight to figure out which college to go to? It's painful to watch as a college consultant, but sometimes having a third party absolutely helps. So I wanted to do a little bit of math here for you, because I wanted you to see kind of the difference between what public school parents invest, what private school parents invest, where the gap is in college consulting, and what college consulting is. And if that is something you are looking for right now and you're trying to find a resource, or maybe you're shopping around, feel free to shop us, like add to cart. I should wear a shirt. I should get a shirt that says add to cart, click here. Because I would love it if we could work with your kid. We've got a few spots left for this school year, and then we have a few spots for next year, but we love working with kids on finessing their essays and picking out the perfect schools and making this whole process so parents can take it off their to-do list. Because I am telling you, just so you know, the recent statistic is that roughly 33% of parents have hired some form of help for their kids' application process. And let me tell you another little secret. None of your friends are going to tell you, because let me tell you why. They literally will not tell you because they don't want your kid to get in if your kid and that kid, their kid, is also applying to the same schools. So just so you know, whenever I help kids get, Becky, I'll get to your question in a second. I see you. Hi, Becky. Hi, Nakia. Nice to see you too. Great to see you. So it's one of the biggest things that a lot of people don't realize is that so many people are using college consultants, but they're just going to say, oh, little Johnny did it himself, and they won't say anything. And the reason they don't say anything is because they don't want your kid to get in. This is a very competitive thing. Now, Becky's asking me, what is this special I'm offering? Becky, what I'm talking about here today is about college consulting. And so we do offer some specials in terms of our college consulting packages. And so I was just talking a little bit about how college consulting works. I actually am a college consultant, and I help students with the college process one-on-one. And we have packages ranging from our College Shortcuts course, which outlines everything for you at $497 at collegeshortcuts.com under courses. And then of course we also have, thanks for all the likes, by the way, I love all those. And then of course we have packages ranging from $5,000 to upwards of $20,000 to work with your student one-on-one and take this off your plate. So I just wanted to kind of introduce what college consulting is as an industry, and the fact that so many parents literally will invest in more money in a sports or activity thinking that dedication will get them in, but they don't even think about the fact that the essays and the resume and the list of schools and scholarship, all that stuff is just as worth investing in the application process. It's painful for me to watch when I see a parent investing in so much club sports or so much in music lessons or art lessons, and they just don't package it beautifully for the college, so they just see like, took piano for 5 years. Well, that's not really expressing what you did or what you learned or maybe a cute essay about it, right? So you're welcome, Becky. Absolutely. Love to chat with you. Everyone say hi on the line. I just want to say hi to everyone. So exciting to see each and every one of you. But yeah, so I just want you to know, Regina, beautiful. She says, absolutely, the college process is just as important as sports. I mean, do you know how few students actually get picked for D1 or D2, D3 schools? I mean, it's like this many students, and parents are investing time, money, energy, and they forget that the college process is so important. Like, every athlete we've ever worked with still has to write a resume and an essay. They still have to pick some schools out, and they still have to figure out what they want to do. There's no like get in quickly pass, right? Like you just pass, go, and you're in. And I just wanted to kind of outline that because I feel like so many parents think, oh, we'll just leave it on the college counselor. The college counselor will do everything for us. And what they don't realize is your college counselor is like eating macaroons in Paris in the summer. What do college consultants do? We stay here and we help the teens to get it all done before the applications open in July and August. So they're all submitted by then. Yeah, that's what I just said. Submitted way ahead of time. College counselors can't give that to you. You've got to really take a look at the resources you're using. It's kind of like saying, oh, I'm just going to do a free resource on the internet, or am I actually going to put my money where my mouth is and actually invest in what I need to be investing in when it comes to my kids' education? And I just want to say that, I was just watching Oprah's show, Super Soul Sunday. She was talking to Shonda Rhimes, and she was talking about like the year of yes and how she just started to say yes to things, and it just changed her life, and that even the smallest things you say yes to can completely change your day. Say yes to self-care, say yes to taking a moment for yourself, saying yes to taking a moment to praying or meditating, saying yes to investing in your kids' college consulting education, and like making sure we pick the right schools for them. And you invest, yes, you already invest in braces, yes, you invest in sports, yes, you invest in test prep, yes, you invest in taking them to school. Why not? Why are you getting to the finish line and then there's this drop off? See, there's this huge drop off. There's the students that get the help they need, and then there's the students that don't get the help they need. And these students tend not to get into the colleges they want. These students have a much higher chance. It's statistically proven. So I wanted you to know what college consulting was, how we can help with editing the essays, editing your resume, getting all the pieces together for you. If you just want, our courses, you can do it yourself. We've got done for you services. We've got ways you can submit your stuff to us and we just edit everything and send it back to you. So we've got all sorts of ways, and I really do appreciate it. Regina says a beautiful point here. Small percentage of students make it to D1 after parents have invested so much time into sports. Coaches don't get your students recruited. Grades, scores, and talents. Regina, thank you for making that point. A lot of parents invest heavily. I have a student that I'm working with who's in 3 sports, and that's a lot of freaking sports, okay, on top of like a very hard curriculum. Now, they are investing every month working with me in my peak performance program, and we literally are building out their college portfolio outside of their sports. So I'm here to tell you, college consulting is a real thing. You are not weird for looking me up. Lots of parents talk to us on a daily basis, and lots of parents really want to commit to their kids' education. And I wanted you to know what college consulting was, what it can entail, because so many people think it's not a real thing, but it is an entire industry. Upwards of 30% of parents are using outside help to get their kids into the college, even if they're not telling you. All right. Good to see each and every one of you. Regina's saying an awesome one. Parents often try and take on the process themselves. However, the college admissions process has changed drastically since we attended college, as parents seek out a college consultant. Thank you, Regina. I was just on my webinar and I said, hey, how many of you guys hand wrote your applications? Almost everyone said they hand wrote them. I was like, whoa. Then you have no idea what happened to college admissions. It's completely different. And I tell parents this all the time. In 1980, 65% of you could get into Columbia. That's like 6 out of 10 kids. Now it's 6%. 6%. 65% could get in, and 6%. And like Regina's saying right here, we got a mom right here telling you, parents often try to take it on their own, thinking they know all of the process, and they just don't. You know, we work with VPs of major companies, partners, we work with people globally. I have incredible families that I get to work with. It's my favorite thing to do. And then we also have college shortcuts to allow you. And I'm telling you, it's just so important to make sure that you are involved in the process, but you get the help you need. It takes a village to raise children. It's not just you yourself. That's why you're not the one teaching them football, you know, all the time. You're not the one that's teaching them how to sing. You're not the one teaching them the SAT. You're not the one fixing their braces. You barely even fix your own car. Why do you think you have to nail the college process yourself? Just wondering. Food for thought. Comment below and let me know what your question is and what your thought is. And if you want help, definitely comment below. We will find a solution for you no matter what your budget is. I know I have a solution for you. I'm the only college consultant that has found a way to price things from all the way from $19 all the way to 20 grand, just to make sure that we can help as many families as I can. So I want you guys to know that, and I want you to know that, you know what? You vote with your money. And if you're going to spend all your money on sports and all your money on braces and all your money on test prep, why not get it all packaged perfectly at the end part? So I just want you to know I'm here as a solution for you. Start taking action. We get booked ahead of time because we are a major source. We literally talk to hundreds of moms on a daily basis through email, and I'm telling you, it is so important to make sure that you are getting the help that you need in the process, because we are all investing, sometimes not in the right place. And when you're at the end of the marathon, or even if you're in the middle of it and you're like, wow, I don't even know exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, why not get that extra shortcut or that extra tip that could literally speed up the trajectory so you know exactly what you're doing moving forward? Have an awesome day. I just wanted to stop in, say hi, explain a little bit about college consulting, and I hope to hear from you. Please interact with us. Please comment. We respond to every single comment. If you want us to talk to you, we will reach out to you and message you. Don't forget to message us on the Facebook page. Please share this video. Every time you guys share it, it's awesome. I've decided I think I'm actually going to do a dance for you guys every time. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm going to literally do a dance to Beyonce, because that was how I started tutoring like decades ago. I'm literally going to do a dance to Beyonce, and I'm sure my kids that I tutored for that helped me find my passion in tutoring, because I tutored in dance. If we get enough likes on our videos and enough shares on our videos over the next 2 months, you will be seeing a performance with me performing to Who Runs the World or Girls or something. I think the song's called Girls by Beyonce. Like, gonna jam it out. So share it as much as you can, tag as many people as you can on every video, and let's get this performance going. All right, see you guys soon. Bye.